Hey guys, it's Megan, and today I decided to do a crazy character performer story time. I know some of these not be too crazy that you've heard of, but these are my personal experiences from my Disney College program. Before I get started, some of the characters that I hung out with were Winnie the Pooh. I hung out with him a lot. Chippendale, Sadness, and Terk one time. If you're not sure what those terms mean, I will leave a link down below of some Disney vocabulary words. Because there are some things that I probably am not allowed to say on here. And with that, let's just get into the video. Because I have a very long list. Let me show you. I have kept a list of the things that happened with my friends all right here. So we'll get into the video. So we're gonna start out easy. Let me see. So I had a lot of dining shifts, and especially at Grand Floridian, I was there all the time hanging out with Pooh. In dining, it's just there was a lot of awkward moments kind of where parents, especially grandparents too, or just people who would be like, no, it's okay. And it's really awkward because you're like, hey guys, and you know, you're trying to give like a great interaction, and then they're just like, we're good. They just stop you in the middle of your interaction. They're like, we're okay, you can move on. So that was one of them. We're starting off slow. I don't want to overwhelm the tea, if that even is a sentence these days. Okay, oh, here's an interesting one. So, one time when I was at Grand Floridian and I was hanging out with Pooh Bear, so the kids and mom saw Pooh Bear coming, and when I'm with Pooh, I like to kind of sneak up on people a little. So Pooh Bear went up to the table while the mom was like smiling and the kids were giggling and getting ready to meet Pooh, and Pooh put his head on the dad's shoulder and kind of like looked over as a joke, and the kids were giggling and everything, and the dad was on his phone, and all of a sudden the mom said, "What's he looking at, Pooh?" And the dad realized it was Pooh Bear and turned around and was completely pissed off, put down his phone like face down, and said, "That was really rude, Pooh," because he thought that Pooh was looking at his phone when that was not the case at all. It was just like peeking over his shoulder, and he like would not let go of it, and Pooh's just kind of ignoring the dad because, you know, doesn't want to get into a whole spiel or anything. Pooh Bear's hanging out with the kids, and the dad is just staring him down and says, finally, "I'm gonna hide all of your honey, Pooh." You know, when I was hanging out with Pooh, it was kind of scary because I didn't know what was gonna happen. I didn't want there to be any attention. So after that, Pooh just kind of left the table, but that was one of the more confrontational kind of events that have happened. I guess that's not too crazy, but it was definitely weird. And later on, when I was talking to one of my friends who was also hanging out with someone at Grand Floridian, apparently Tigger went up to the table and had kind of the same experience, and the dad said something like, "You better not sleep with my wife again," or something. It was weird. I think he was just having an off day. Oh, and here's another crazy character. Oh my gosh. So I hung out with Terk only one time, and that was like during the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party. Terk hangs out with Tarzan and Jane, and the trainer who came in told me that Terk likes to hang around Tarzan a lot, and during pictures said that Terk likes to like tilt his head. So took that information and ran with it, because then I have pictures and I'll insert it here, but for the whole night Terk was tilting his head a little too close to Tarzan, where it looks like Tarzan is naked. So I'm sure a lot of families are laughing at that. But that is one crazy story, and I was so embarrassed, and I didn't notice it until one of my friends actually came to see Terk and sent me the pictures, and that's when I realized, oh my gosh, Terk needs to move a little to the right. Oh my gosh. Okay, so one of them is that Winnie the Pooh gets this a lot. Like, I kid you not, he gets this so many times. But dads will, especially in the meet and greet lines, dads will come up behind Pooh Bear and like do a prom pose to them, you know, forward and ready to go, and then they will like come up behind, turn Pooh around, and go like hug them like this, and it's very awkward. I feel really bad for Pooh. Okay, enough of like the bad tea. So one day I was hanging out with Pooh at Crystal Palace. There was this couple that Pooh went up to, and they were like, "Hi, Pooh Bear," and the guy was talking a lot and he was saying, you know, Pooh, my girlfriend right here really likes you and she loves you so much. She has all your stuffed animals and stuff, and he's just going off about like how much she loves Pooh. And then finally he said, I know how much she loves you, and Pooh Bear signed back like I love you too to the girl. The guy laughed and said, Pooh, I know you love her too, but I think I love her more. And he proposed, and it was so crazy. Everyone got up and was clapping for them. She said yes, and yeah, Pooh Bear got to be a part of a proposal, so that was really cool. So one time I was hanging out with Sadness, and this little girl and her mom came in, and she was having a really good interaction with Sadness, and she was trying to teach Sadness her new technique that she learned in school of how to do multiplication. And so she took Sadness's hand to show her like how to move your fingers, and then that's how you get like 5 times 2 is 10, I don't know, something like that. And all of a sudden she moves down both of the 2 fingers and leaves up 1 finger in particular. When I was hanging out with Sadness, I did not know what was going on until Sadness realized the mom and her attendant's face when they all were like then Sadness looks down and realizes what's going on and quickly covers it up. But that was, luckily the little girl didn't know because she was 10. It was a quick second, PhotoPass didn't see it, nothing, and so it's not out there, but that was pretty crazy. A lot of kids would always come up to, and I think any characters in general, and they always want them to floss, do the floss stand. So characters are not allowed to do anything that is modern day. So a quick cover up that I noticed that a lot of characters do, and my characters do too, is that they would just kind of like, oh, floss? Yeah, I'm flossing my teeth, you know? Or like kids would ask to dab, and especially at dining, you just grab a napkin and just go like, yep, I'm dabbing. There was a really amazing time where I was hanging out with Dale at Garden Grill, and it was Dale's first day there, and the manager came up to Dale and in the back and said, Dale, there is a girl here who is obsessed with you, and she and her family have been saving up for Disney World for a very long time, and they are just really looking forward to seeing you. And apparently, like, when she was little, she went to Disneyland and Dale kept waving to her at the parade and blew her kisses, and she's just ever since really loved Dale. So we need Dale to create a magical moment. And so Dale can do whatever he wants. He can spend as much time with her as possible and just run free. So Dale went up to the table, and the girl just ran and embraced her hugs, and she just would not let go. She was introducing Dale to her brothers and sisters and just really crazy. And so Dale decided to skip around the restaurant with all the kids, and especially holding on to the girl, and they were just skipping down back and forth, playing patty cake. Living on the land is also kind of like a part of Garden Grill, so you can like look over the edge. So Dale would gesture over the girl, and they would peek over the railing and just kind of wave to the boats that passed by. So it was really magical. Dale got a gift out of it later. Okay, so here are my character's memories. So after that happened, Dale got this napkin last minute, and you can see, I think, yeah, Dale is right here, and then I think that's her brother and sister, and this was the girl who really appreciated Dale. So I keep this tight for Dale to keep. Anyways, another crazy gift, you can see, and they gave this to Winnie the Pooh, and I'll read it for you. It just says, thank you for making my birthday magical, love, Lane Bryant. So Winnie the Pooh got this at Grand Floridian. Winnie the Pooh got this at Crystal Palace. It says, to Winnie the Pooh from Liam, and it's just a picture of the 100-acre wood gang, and so that was really special. So definitely there are really amazing times that I hung out with these characters. I really loved hanging out with all of them. Winnie the Pooh especially has a special place in my heart. That's pretty much it. Nothing too crazy. If you have any questions, like did this ever happen or this ever happen, you can leave your question down below and I will get back to it as soon as I can. Even if you want to leave a comment about if you even think some of them were that crazy, or if you like heard worse, because I know that I've heard some crazy ones too. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want more content like this, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!